Hello everybody and welcome to a nice cozy Sunday. Today we're going to start a brand new series on my YouTube page where we go through a lot of the Pokemon subreddits and just see what kind of conversation is going on currently, and I guess we'll just go ahead and react and kind of give our own thoughts to everything that most people are talking about, and I'm really excited to start this series. So going ahead and just getting straight into this series, I thought this was one of the most wild posts that I've seen in a very long time on Reddit in general. And I've never actually seen anyone get extremely close to actually finishing every single collecting card in the entire game. So I have not paid a single dollar for the game, and I've gotten probably, I would say, a good maybe 60 to 70% of the cards within the game. I'm still missing a lot of the Mewtwo pack cards, and that's the one that I typically open, and it is wild to see that someone has actually collected every single card, and I'm intrigued to see if this person will do the same when the second pack comes out here in January. But I thought this was hilarious because they were saying no rewards for a master set is wild, and I was thinking to myself, like, what would you even get as a reward, bro? Because usually, like, when you do, you know, the promotions or like the events or whatever, you get cards specifically for that. But like, what do you give a man who already has everything? And I just thought it was so funny. I scrolled down a little bit into the comments here and someone said, your reward is that your credit card can rest. And I thought that was hilarious. But it is very, very wild seeing that anybody has actually ever fully collected this. And, you know, I've actually thought about getting the Premier Pass for this game, especially because, like, obviously he's getting an entire, like, other pack more than I have every single day. But I just thought it was very interesting. This dude has absolutely obviously been grinding at level 50. I'm probably only level 19 or 20 as this video is getting recorded. So, hey man, congrats to this guy. This is an insane post. All right, so kind of shuffling through here. We're going to go ahead and save the absolute best for last. I have a lot of talking points for the last post for today. But I always find this kind of post to be very interesting. And especially like very true almost. So it says, I literally just decided to start collecting, went to my local shop, picked up a Scarlet Violet 151 booster pack based off of everyone's suggestions, and this is what I pulled. What do I do? Dude, I think it is absolutely hilarious. Like, you need to go find your closest friend who wants to get into card collecting, help them pick out a set, and literally just like watch and just see what they get. Because I swear, dude, every single time that this happens, this even happened to myself when I started getting really back into card collecting, and it is wild. And I will say, the only thing that really does suck, and just like a second kind of commentary, I guess, on the post for today, it is wild that sometimes you can get away with this kind of trim or cutting on the card, dude. It is wild you can get away with that. I'm almost wondering if this card could be like guaranteed for like a misprint almost. Like, I don't know if that, like, I've seen apparently recently a lot of cards will go for a lot of money if they're like thoroughly misprinted. And the thing that actually started this idea for me was I saw that Reddit post where, I don't know if you guys have seen it, where the cards are like legitimately like on the back side of it. The front side looks perfectly fine just like this, but the back of it, like one card would end here, another one, the back of it would end there, and then like it was all discombobulated. It was very interesting to see. But that's a topic for another time anyway. But I always just think it is thoroughly hilarious how there's so many people who definitely just have beginner's luck and everything, and I just think that's hilarious. So hey, congrats on the card, bro. This is pretty cool, dude. All right, so one of the other big topics I wanted to get into for sure today is that Black Friday has just finished. I'm recording this on a Saturday to post it for you guys on a Sunday for Subreddit Sunday. But dude, there were some crazy deals to be had on Black Friday at Target as well as Walmart. And sadly for me, I only have a Target, and dude, I was so mad. So specifically, I guess this guy got these cards from the Walmart tins, which I heard were cracked. But so anyway, I don't actually know what packs were in the Walmart tins, but dude, I didn't have a Walmart to go to. In Target, I went, like, I'm sure you guys have all seen the displays and everything that I'm referring to here. But dude, I guess some people were going to Target when that display was there the night before and buying the packs and then coming back and price matching, and oh my god, dude, it makes me so mad. It makes me so mad. And as I start to go into selling cards myself or packs in general, etc., this is one of the biggest things that I want to ensure that I'm not participating in, is going to stores thoroughly to get, you know, like, it's really just the scalping that's really the biggest issue with Pokemon card collecting. I'm not saying this guy did that in general, but just I guess this was a segue to get into one of the thoughts and things that I really wanted to talk about for the week with Pokemon specifically. But it is wild, man. I cannot believe how good these were. I don't know how many tins he ended up getting. I don't know if he actually ends up saying that or not, but I guess he did say that he got there at 4 a.m., which is wild. I went to a few stores. We did go to Target for the opening for that, and one of our friends ended up getting one of the Taylor Swift books and the vinyl that came out recently, which was pretty cool. So I kind of got my first experience with Black Friday, but I did go to our Target, and dude, it was like cleaned out. There was like 5 of us that were there, which is not like a very long line by any means, but there was like 5 of us there, and we were like, are you here for the same deal? Like, was this supposed to be here? So I was the first in line, man, and it sucks that we didn't get any cards or anything, but it's still so cool to see so many people get some good deals and get some good stuff out of their packs. And it's very interesting that there was some good stuff in the tins. The best odds that I've ever had personally in any Pokemon card pack or box has definitely been through booster boxes, and booster packs specifically, like in the boost. Obviously you get what I'm saying, but it's wild that these tins have done so well. And I bought a tin myself outside of the Walmart distribution, and not with the same tins specifically, but I got some good stuff, man. Those tins, I'll tell you what, it may not be worth the price generally speaking, because you're still kind of paying for the tin, and every pack gets upcharged a little bit because you're paying for the tin as well. And same with ETBs a little bit, because you're buying the dice, the whatever else comes in it, like the damage coins, the everything, you know, the promo card, all that. So it definitely sucks a little bit, but it seems like the polls are really starting to come around for some of these, and it's just nice to see a little bit of a different product actually doing well. So very cool post from somebody that actually ended up doing very well from their Walmart packs. All right, the next one is about a person who used to get packs for good grades from their parents back in the day. I'm guessing that they were in school in the early 90s, early 2000s, and man, this is so wild to see that a lot of these cards, dude, used to be for $1.99. I would kill for some of these packs, dude. That is so awesome to see. And I don't actually even know how many vintage packs are still unopened in circulation. I can't imagine that there's a lot. Something else that I guess I wanted to point out today was I wish I had seen how good evolution card value packs were, the kind of remake of these packs. And I'm really wishing that I invested a little bit early. I'm very excited to see when the next pack of something big, you know, obviously this was from years ago and they didn't know it was going to be as big as it is today, but still very cool and very interesting. And you know, you gotta at this point, like, I guess the whole point of the post was that he found a lot of these packs because his mom still had them and they just didn't get the packs for getting their grades or whatever. But you got to just sell these cards, man, and take your mom out for a vacation or something like that for keeping these all this time. I have no idea how much I'd imagine that these are worth, but if you got a Charizard, Venusaur, or Blastoise in any of these packs, that would be insane first base set basically. So hey man, that's a really other cool post. I've never actually seen somebody have so many of these, so it's kind of cool to see these kind of, I'll say, come back into circulation, as well as, you know, I don't know. Let me know if you guys would open these if you found these, or if you would sell them, because I don't know what I would do. I would probably personally open half and sell the other. And I guess you could weigh them to kind of know if there was something good or not in them, but I would be so tempted. I've started collecting a few cards to start selling on Whatnot, dude, like packs, and I struggle to not just rip them open. I've had these packs for a little bit now since Black Friday hit, and I've got about 70 packs saved up to sell at MSRP and all that stuff, man. But like, dude, I have the hardest time not opening them. And just knowing that there might be something god tier level in these packs, I would be so tempted to open them. So let me know if you guys would open these or not. I probably would have a very hard time not opening them, but I would still try. So that's very interesting in itself, and a very cool thing to see these come back into circulation. The next post for today I thought was one of the funniest I've seen in a while, one of the funnier memes. I don't know much about this Alakazam EX that this guy got specifically, but I thought this was hilarious because, dude, I know social media specifically will show, you know, the highlights that everyone's gotten, and you know, it's really the best of the best. You're not really seeing everyone's day-to-day lives within, you know, social media in general, but I swear to God, I have seen so many people pulling these Pikachu EX cards, and I have no idea simply supply and demand, how there are so many cards that seem to be getting open and the card still is worth like 500 at minimum ungraded. I think it is. Like, it is a wild price that this card is going for. And I swear, like, simple supply and demand, like I said, there will never be enough of these cards to simply, you know, make everybody happy that wants that card. And that's kind of the whole point. That's why it's a chase card. That's why it's good. But I swear there are so many being pulled. So I think it's so funny seeing the SpongeBob reference specifically. You guys know I love SpongeBob. Seeing everyone, all these Krabby Patties, everyone getting their slice of the cake pretty much, or part of the burger, I guess you could say. I'm sorry. But anyway, I just thought this was a very funny comparison because I'm over here getting like a random regular full art while everyone else is getting these Pikachu EXs. So still pretty funny, I thought. All right, so third to last post of today. And I'll tell you what, man, this has got to be the coldest picture I have seen of all time. So as you guys have seen, like, currently my current profile picture is just me as a kid, like with like a winter clothes on, like a very vintage outfit and all that. And I love the profile picture. I'll probably gonna end up changing it here soon. But if this was a picture that was taken of me, I would never change this picture from being my profile picture. Like, especially if you were to make content in the Pokemon community, like, this just validates you so heavily, on top of the fact that this is literally one of the coldest things I've ever seen. Like, I actually didn't get the chance to look at this before reviewing the post especially, but I'm seeing a lot of Articunos in there. Obviously I saw a few what looks like Mewtwo's maybe in there, lots of Zapdoses. Obviously that's an easy one to pick out, but dude, like, it doesn't even matter what's on this sheet. Like, this is an extremely cool thing to see, and I would kill, like, just imagine this, right? Like, this was, I guess, given in a giveaway, specifically is what he was saying, and he's putting it up for auction now. But like, it is just so wild that he won this, bro. Like, you cannot even like compare or think, imagining that these are base set Pokemon cards, you cannot even think to yourself that one day that would be worth so much. Even a singular card from this whole entire selection is crazy, dude. Absolutely crazy. This has got to be one of the coldest pictures I've ever seen on the internet, and I'm standing by it. All right, second to last post for today. Not that this was actually like anything, you know, worth saving toward the end, but dude, I'll tell you what, going back to the whole tin conversation, I actually really do find a lot of good cards in these little Pokemon things. Hold on, let me see if I even still have a Pokeball here on me. Like this, bro. Don't mind. Look, I'm wearing pants, okay? Don't clown me for wearing the comfy. I love my comfy, all right? But look at, dude, I've had plenty of these Pokeballs that I bought, and I bought them simply as like I said, with tins, you're buying the tin price as well, the thing that like actually encloses them. So it kind of sucks when you go to buy a tin because you're paying a little bit extra, but I don't mind paying a little extra when you get like a Pokeball with it, especially if it's one I never already had. And it's kind of cool that he had, I guess this is a quick ball. My knowledge on the actual game in itself is very, very limited sometimes, but buying this cool tin basically on top of getting a dope full art card out of it is just extremely cool, man. And I'm telling you what, it is nice to see a huge turnaround with these tins, Pokeballs, whatever, having some good pulls in them too, because I don't know, I feel like booster boxes especially are not very what's the word, like easily consumable by the final consumer and people who want to open packs and stuff like that. Like, you either go on Pokemon's website and it's fully sold out the day of launch for the new booster boxes when they come out, or, you know, you're trying to buy from another website who has scalped the crap out of the online Pokemon website, so they're charging a lot more, etc. But it's still just really cool to see that there are some good things coming from a lot of smaller packages for people who are, again, the final consumer. So I thought this was a very cool post, especially resonating with me, who has a lot of these are at work for me, but I have at least a good 6 or 7 of these little tins and stuff like that. So very cool that you get a nice like little thing that can sit on your desk too. I personally would not get the Charizard thing that's going around right now. I'm not big on Charizard, but like that statue is another cool thing where that comes with cards, man. Like, it's not something that I would buy, but it's still really cool that things that come with like memorabilia, I guess you could call it, as well as packs, is, you know, really paying off for some people. All right, and last but not least, today we have one of the craziest things I have seen on Reddit or TikTok in a very, very long time. I don't personally, you know, want to get too deep into my thoughts with this in terms of, you know, not knowing the situation at hand, and I think a lot of people are putting their thoughts into this without knowing the scenario in itself. But given the information that we have so far, there is a story about a man who had $375,000 of trading cards to GameStop to get graded, and they lost the package. Now, I'll tell you what, all right, I ended up submitting some PSA submissions, I guess you can call them, I'll call them redemptions, submissions, about 2 to 3 weeks ago. And I was told, at least by the workers, that my PSA grading would get there in a week, and then it would probably take about 6 weeks to about 3 to 4 months to return back from PSA. So I personally have had a bad experience with GameStop in terms of them getting my stuff to PSA. It still has not arrived after about 2.5, almost 3 weeks. So look, it may be a little bit behind the mark. You know, Thanksgiving just happened. There's a holiday, and then Christmas is coming up too. So I'm sure things are busy, especially with Black Friday getting there. And this was posted 7 days ago. So this is around the same time that I probably submitted my cards as well. And I don't know the full story as to why he's saying that these cards got lost, because I don't even think that GameStop has really been doing this program for a long time. At least it hasn't really been thoroughly advertised, right? So it's very interesting to see that someone is claiming that, first of all, it is wild to me that somebody even sent $375 of, you know, cards or anything through GameStop. I'm telling you right now, the cards that I sent off was a Pikachu EX from the Surging Sparks. It's not the best Pikachu, but it's one of the best Pikachu within that whole entire set, as well as I believe it was a really old Charizard card that I had that was a reprint of some kind of the base set. And there's like a few other cards, like a Drew Brees rookie card from football. Lots of good cards that I had in there, right? But it's not worth anything more than probably $2,000 of money, and that's a lot, don't get me wrong. But if I were to have lost my money on that investment, you know, at the end of the day, it's not, I can live. You know, $2,000 is a lot of money, but at the same time, you know, in the grand scheme of things, it's still kind of not. So, you know, that's a paycheck for me at my job. You know, $2,000, that's great. Before taxes, at least, right? So it's still a lot of money, but I don't even know if I would trust GameStop with $375 of anything, bro, because, you know, at the end of the day, they're a business too. They're trying to make their money. And, you know, I'm not saying that they ripped them off, but this is a wild story. I did follow up on TikTok a little bit about this. I guess he had the receipt and everything, and I guess this is what everyone's saying as well. He did have the receipt, and he paid $159 total. I don't know what it was that he submitted. I guess this is also where I'm seeing this as well. And you know, I guess he had a lot of Star Wars cards. I don't know what else he had within that collection. I've seen a few things about a #1 Luke card from Star Wars, whatever. But either way, it is a wild story to me that he's claiming that, at least. And, you know, I don't know, to me personally, I find like this is a very odd story. And I'll tell you what, I don't know if this is a clout chasing thing or not. I'm not going to go ahead and say it is, but let's just say it is for the sake of conversation, right? That is a wild thing to do, especially because you're putting GameStop in a lot of jeopardy, a store that is already in a lot of, you know, turmoil, we'll call it, in terms of today's gaming world. And, you know, a lot of people could lose a lot of money, a lot of jobs, a lot of that stuff, man. It is wild where clout chasing has gone to today, if this is clout chasing, and I thoroughly hope it's not. But I do also hope that if he did really submit, you know, $375,000 of cards, that he does get something back. I have seen a few people posting about, you know, if their cards do get lost through PSA submitting in GameStop, that they'll send you a different PSA graded card back. And I saw somebody posted that they sent off like a Charizard, you know, I don't know what card it was specifically. They had just said they sent one off, and they showed the picture of what they got back, and they're like, sorry. And it's like this Gyarados from recent packs that's not nearly worth as much, you know. So, you know, there are scenarios where I'm sure they get lost every now and then, but this was a wild story to uncover, especially if this is cloud chasing. So anyway, guys, this will conclude our first ever episode of Subreddit Sundays. If you guys did enjoy this, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you guys have any specific posts that you guys ever want me to react to, or things that you guys have posted that you guys want me to see, feel free to put it down in our Discord. I will go ahead and leave a link in the description for joining the Discord and posting your own subreddit posts that you guys want me to react to, yada yada. So thank you guys so much for all the love and support. If you guys do enjoy this series, feel free to leave a like I said, and I will know to make another one of these. And yeah, we'll go ahead and say goodbye, and that was a very awkward outro. I'll see you on the next one.